picture this. You wake up. No alarm. The boat is rocking gently. You can hear the water lapping against the hull. You roll out of bed, grab a coffee, step out onto the deck, and your backyard is the open water. No traffic. No neighbors fighting through thin walls. No landlord texting you about rent. Just you, the water, and the kind of quiet that most people only get on vacation. Now here is the part that changes everything. What if I told you that life doesn't cost $1 million? What if I told you it doesn't even cost 100,000? What if the door to that life costs less than a decent used car? Because that's exactly what we're talking about today. 5 real boats. 5 move-in ready liveaboards. All listed for sale right now in the USA. All under $30,000. Not project boats. Not fixer-uppers that need a year of work and a second mortgage. I'm talking about boats with working kitchens, real beds, hot showers, air conditioning. Boats where you could load up your stuff this weekend and actually start living. Some of these have multiple bedrooms. One has a transferable covered slip. One had over $200,000 put into it, and it's being sold for $29,000. I am not joking. We are counting down from number 5 to number 1, and I promise you, by the time we get to number 1, your jaw is going to drop. If you're into boats, alternative living, or you've ever looked at your rent payment and thought, there has to be a better way, subscribe right now and hit the bell. You are in the right place. All right, let's go find you a home on the water. Boat number 5, 1998 Bayliner 2858 Sierra Command Bridge, $25,000. Seattle, Washington. Kicking things off at number 5. We're in Seattle, Washington, and the boat is a 1998 Bayliner 2858 Command Bridge. It has a name. One more time. And honestly, that name is perfect, because this is the energy of someone who tried the liveaboard life, stepped away for a while, and came crawling back. I respect the honesty. Now, I know what some of you are already doing. You heard Bayliner, and you are typing in the comments right now. Go ahead. I'll wait. Done? Good. Because here's what you need to know about this particular boat. It comes with 10 years of documented maintenance records. 10 years. That is not a boat that was ignored. That is a boat that was taken seriously by someone who actually cared. And that matters more than the brand on the side. The engine has only 821 hours on it. And there's even a Honda 15-horse kicker outboard on the back for trolling or backup. This boat is set up to go out and come back safely. But let's talk about living on it, because that's why we're here. The command bridge up top has radar, GPS, a full instrument setup, and foam teak decking that looks sharp and feels incredible underfoot. You could take this boat out on Puget Sound on a Saturday morning with a coffee in one hand and feel like you own the world. Step down into the cabin, and it's bright, genuinely bright. Wrap-around windows on all sides flood the interior with natural light. There's a proper dinette that converts into a double bed, a full galley with a fridge, stove, and microwave, hot and cold running water, a head with a real shower, and a forward V-berth that sleeps 2. The whole boat sleeps 4. There's also a full marine stereo system with Bluetooth, Sirius XM, and speakers inside and out on the deck. Because when you're anchored at sunset and you want music everywhere. Everything is wired cleanly offshore power, and the electrical setup has individual switches for every circuit. This is a boat that was set up by someone who planned to live on it for $25,000 with a decade of maintenance records. One more time, earns its spot on this list. It's capable, it's comfortable, and it's ready to go. Here's a question I genuinely want to see answered in the comments. Would you rather live aboard in Seattle, with those incredible Pacific Northwest views, or somewhere warm and sunny like Florida? Drop it below. Let's settle this. Boat number 4, 1986. Albin 34 Family Cruiser, $25,000. Cape Coral, Florida. Number 4 is where this countdown gets interesting. A 1986 Albin 34 out of Cape Coral, Florida. Same price as the Bayliner, $25,000. But the moment I tell you what you get for that money, you are going to understand why this thing jumped up the list. 3 separate sleeping cabins, 2 full bathrooms, air conditioning in all 3 cabins, a working generator, a bow thruster, and a dinghy included in the sale, on a $25,000 boat. Let that sit for a moment. Here's the part that really seals it for me. Someone is already living on this boat. Right now. The seller is using it as their full-time home. And you know what I always say? The best proof of concept for a liveaboard is someone already living on it. They're not just selling you a boat. They're handing you an already working life. The engine is a Cummins 6BT diesel. If you know boats, you already know what that means. If you don't, the Cummins 6BT is basically legendary. It is one of the most reliable marine diesels ever built. The engine room in the photos looks a little grimy. Sure, but grimy from hard work isn't the same as grimy from neglect. That engine will likely still be running long after everything else on the boat has been replaced twice. Now imagine walking through this boat. You start in the forward cabin. There's a settee that folds out into a bed bigger than a queen. You move back through to the center cabin with its own sleeping area. Then all the way aft to a proper queen bed, private storage, and its own dedicated bathroom. There's a second bathroom up front with a separate stand-up shower, 2 bathrooms. On a $25,000 boat, the galley has a stove, convection oven, microwave, fridge, and freezer. And here's the detail I love. All the cookware, dishes, and cutlery are included in the sale. You could move in and cook dinner that same evening. Not metaphorically, actually. And those air conditioning units in every cabin. In Cape Coral, Florida, that's not a luxury. That is survival gear. The only honest downside is the exterior. This is a 1986 boat, and it looks its age. It's weathered, it's lived in. From the dock, it's not going to win any beauty contests. But step aboard and get into the systems. This boat is solid, functional, complete. 3 cabins, 2 heads, full AC, generator, bow thruster, full galley, dinghy, $25,000. If you've been finding this video useful, do me a favor right now. Hit the like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who are dreaming about this lifestyle. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We do this all the time. Number 3. 1996 Mainship 31 Sedan Bridge, $29,900. Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. Alright. Number 3. We're going up to just under $30,000. But this one earns every cent of it for a very specific type of person. And if you're that person, you are going to fall in love immediately. The 1996 Mainship 31 Sedan Bridge. Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. Trawler class, 31 feet. From the dock, it's a clean white classic trawler with a flybridge, full enclosure, and a proper aft cockpit with snap-in teak deck flooring. Nice. But step inside, and this is where it gets different. The seller has decorated this boat like a coastal beach house, aqua and teal tones throughout. White cabinetry in the galley with quartz-style countertops. A large U-shaped sectional sofa in the salon. Dark wood flooring. The bathroom matches the whole coastal theme. There's an induction cooktop, a built-in refrigerator drawer, and a forward cabin with a full-size bed. This doesn't look like a boat. It looks like a home that happens to float. Imagine waking up in that forward cabin on a summer morning, making coffee in that galley, stepping up to the flybridge with your mug while the harbor is still quiet. This is the lifestyle people are paying $3,000 a month in rent trying to simulate, and you can own the whole thing for $29,900. Now here's the spec that makes this boat genuinely exceptional. It has twin engines with only 250 hours on them. On a 1996 boat, 250 hours is almost nothing. Those engines have barely been used. For a buyer who wants peace of mind on the mechanical side, this is about as good as it gets for this price range. The flybridge is fully set up with GPS navigation, wraparound seating with white quilted cushions, 4 fishing rods already rigged and ready, and a full isinglass enclosure for when the New England weather turns on you. Because it will turn on you. And when it does, you'll be cozy up there, watching it happen. Here's what I want to know from the comments. Would you rather have a boat that's already beautifully decorated and move-in ready? Or do you want a blank slate you can make your own? There's no wrong answer. Drop it below. The Mainship 31 is ideal for a solo liveaboard or a couple who wants comfort, style, and confidence on the water from day one. Boat number 2. 1982 Sea Ray 355T. Overboard, $25,000. Peoria, Arizona. Number 2. And this one has a story. Meet Overboard, a 1982 Sea Ray 355T, sitting in Peoria, Arizona, listed at $25,000. And the name alone should tell you something about this boat and the person who built it into what it is today. Before I even get into the boat, Arizona? A boat in the desert? Hear me out. Arizona has lakes and waterways, and this listing comes with something that makes the whole thing make complete sense. A transferable covered slip. In Arizona, a covered slip is genuinely rare that transfers to the new owner. In the desert heat, that protection alone is worth serious money. Here's the other thing. The listing says this boat is priced $15,000 below its 2026 appraisal value. There's a current survey on hand. Someone got this professionally valued and then listed it for less. That is unusual. Pay attention when that happens. Now about the boat. Nearly 40 feet long, and this is one of only 69 ever manufactured. Not 6,900, 69 total. This is a rare boat, and rare means something when you're talking about liveaboard comfort and resale. From the dock, it's a classic trawler sedan. A bit retro, a bit old school. But step aboard and walk through it, and you will be surprised. The flybridge is full command central. 2 helm chairs, an L-shaped lounge, a flat-screen TV, GPS navigation, VHF radio, teak flooring, and a bimini. There's even an action shot of this boat running on open water. She moves beautifully. You can tell this boat was made to actually go somewhere. The salon below feels like a real apartment living room. Hardwood floors, a recliner sofa, an area rug, big windows with blinds, and, this is the detail I love most, a dedicated navigation desk with a monitor. A proper desk on a $25,000 boat. That's rare. The galley is fully loaded. 4-burner stove with full oven, full-size refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, ice maker, and the original Sea Ray owner's manual is still on board. That's the kind of detail that tells you exactly how this boat was cared for. The master stateroom is a proper bedroom. Queen Island bed, mirrored wardrobe, flat-screen TV, warm lighting. The bathroom has a full stand-up shower with a teak sole, not a cramped marine wet bath. An actual stand-up shower on a $25,000 boat. And the name, Overboard, on the transom? That's a nod to the upgraded twin V8 engines inside, more powerful than anything the factory ever put in. Someone built this boat to be more than it was, and they named it that way on purpose. It is listed as sale pending, but deals fall through all the time. The link is in the description. Keep an eye on it. Number 1. 1981 Rough Water 37 Sedan, $29,000, Anacortes, Washington. And here we are. Number 1. I want you to take a second before I describe this boat, because I want you to actually feel what I'm about to tell you. Imagine anchoring up in the San Juan Islands, the Pacific Northwest, one of the most stunning cruising grounds in the entire world. Snow-capped mountains in the distance, eagles overhead, water so calm it looks like glass in the morning. You're having coffee in the cockpit. You fire up the BBQ for dinner. You have nowhere to be, no rent due, no landlord, just this, that life on this boat for $29,000. This is the 1981 Rough Water 37 sedan out of Anacortes, Washington, 40 feet overall. And this might genuinely be the best liveaboard value I have ever put on this channel. Let me tell you why. This boat was designed by Ed Monk, one of the most respected naval architects in Pacific Northwest boating history. One-piece fiberglass hull, hand laid up. This is not a mass-produced boat. It was built to go offshore, to handle real conditions, and to last for generations. The bones of this boat are exceptional. Now here's where it gets almost unbelievable. In 2018, the engine was completely replaced with a brand new Cummins diesel. That engine has 51 hours on it. 51. You could drive a car 51 hours and still consider it new off the lot. That is what you are getting. A basically brand new diesel engine in a proven offshore hull for less than $30,000, and the upgrades don't stop there. The heating system was fully replaced with an SPAR diesel heater, so on cold Pacific Northwest nights, you are warm and comfortable while the rain hits the windows outside. There's a brand new hot water heater, new plumbing throughout the entire boat, a new electric head, a battery inverter for running appliances off the hook, shore power, a full AC panel. This is not a project boat. This is a boat where someone already did the projects. The navigation setup is genuinely cruise-ready. Chart plotter, radar, depth sounder, GPS, VHF, and an autopilot. That autopilot is everything if you're single-handing or doing longer passages. You set it, and the boat steers itself while you watch the coastline go by. Inside, the salon has wood plank flooring, a proper dinette, and a lower helm station with an upgraded helm chair. The galley has a 3-burner propane stove with oven, refrigerator, and real counter space. The forward cabin has a full-beam bed with a memory foam mattress and new upholstery. This is not a cramped boat. This is a floating home. Now the deck setup, because this is the part that really separates this boat from everything else on this list. There's a stern thruster for tight marina maneuvering, an electric windlass, 320 feet of anchor chain, more than almost any production cruiser you'll find at any price, and then a hydraulic davit system with an actual hard-bottom inflatable dinghy and outboard motor already included, your own personal tender, your own water taxi, already there and bolted to the stern rail, a Dickinson Marine BBQ. Because when you're anchored up in the islands at sunset, you deserve a proper meal. Here is the number that puts all of this into perspective. The listing says the previous owner invested over $200,000 into this boat. You are buying it for $29,000, not a typo. $200,000 in, $29,000 out. Diesel engine with 51 hours, full system upgrades, dinghy and davits, navigation suite, memory foam bed, BBQ on the back. In Anacortes, the gateway to the San Juan Islands. This is number one, and it isn't close. So there you have it. 5 move-in ready liveaboard boats, all under $30,000, all listed right now, somewhere in the USA. Let's do a quick recap. Number 5. The Bayliner One More Time, $25,000 in Seattle. A well-maintained starter liveaboard with 10 years of records and a full setup ready to go. Number 4. The Albin 34, $25,000 in Cape Coral. 3 cabins, 2 heads, air conditioning throughout, generator, bow thruster, dinghy, and someone is already living on it. Number 3. The Mainship 31, just under $30,000 in Massachusetts. A beautifully decorated coastal home on the water with barely used twin engines and a stunning fly bridge. Number 2. The Sea Ray 355T, overboard, $25,000 in Arizona. One of 69 ever made, priced below appraisal, with a stand-up shower, a proper bedroom, and a transferable covered slip. And number 1. The Rough Water 37, $29,000 in Anacortes. Ed Monk design, 51 hours on a diesel engine, $200,000 in upgrades. A dinghy on the back, a BBQ on the stern, and the San Juan Islands right outside your window. Every listing link is in the description. Go look at them yourself, read the details, do your research. And now I want to hear from you. Here's the comment question that I genuinely cannot wait to see answered. If you had $30,000 and you had to pick one of these 5 boats to move on to next month, which one are you choosing and why? Drop it in the comments. Let's debate it. I read every single one. If this video got you dreaming even a little bit, hit that like button. It takes 1 second and it means everything for this channel. And if you're not part of this community yet, subscribe now and ring that notification bell, because we find boats like this all the time and you do not want to miss the next one. I'll see you on the water.